Friday the 16th.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, today is Friday, October 16th, 2015. I'm Jake Baldino. Welcome to the Friday Untitled gameranx news show thing. Let's talk about cool stuff that happened in video games this week, starting off with everybody's favorite thing, Fallout 4. Check out this Fallout 4 live action trailer. I can't get enough of this thing. It's really impressive because it's only a minute long, but it manages to be amazing. A lot of games really have these live action trailers, and most of the time I could barely give a shit, but the Fallout one, of course, maybe I'm biased because I'm so excited about this game, but it looks freaking awesome. I really want to see more of that, and I think Bethesda definitely put people to shame who are making like a Fallout home video or anything, because this knocks it out of the park. And in other news, let's talk about piracy. I don't usually like talking about piracy, but I think this is very interesting because now there's finally an official, or unofficial, Wii U emulator that actually works. Yes, the first working Wii U emulator has been publicly released by hackers. Do you call them hackers or pirates? I don't know. But it's dubbed Simu, and it only works on 64-bit Windows, and it doesn't have any sound, and it can barely run in 1080p sometimes, but it does work. They have finally cracked this code. And while I'm not the biggest emulator or pirate guy, I'm probably never gonna use this, I just think it's really fascinating to see that what people can do in the comfort of their own home with video games. They managed to simulate a working Wii U console on their computer, and that's impressive, and that's worth talking about more than anything. That being said, don't expect to hear about this too long because Nintendo does like to crack down on this shit really hard. They have already taken off tons of Game Boy emulators, a couple Nintendo 64 ones, and they will stop at nothing to get this shit off the internet. But speaking of paying for things, let's talk about a Kickstarter game that I think is actually kind of exciting and worth talking about. Friday the 13th, the video game. Yes, this is a recently launched Kickstarter that is based off of the game Summer Camp. This was that game that maybe you guys remembered was announced last year. That was an asymmetric multiplayer game similar to Evolve or something like that, where one person plays as a serial killer and the other people play as camp counselors on the run trying to survive. After that game was announced, the creator of Friday the 13th actually got in contact with the developers and gave them the license to make this an actual Friday the 13th game. And that's awesome. And maybe it's just because I'm a big slasher horror fan, but I just think this is really exciting. There's a lot of potential here for this to be an awesome game. It's a great idea, it's been a great idea, and now there's a Kickstarter, and it's one I actually kind of want to pledge to. Of course, the actual gameplay has to still prove itself, so I'm excited to see how it does turn out, but until then, let's give them our money on Kickstarter. It's not coming out until 2016, but I am really excited about it because it seems like there's a lot of passion behind this, and they have a lot of the original people from the movie on board, making the gore, making the kill animations, the actual design concepts. It's awesome. It's a dream come true. Will playing it be a dream come true? Time will tell. And now let's just keep segueing. Speaking of killing things, check out this USB stick that can kill hardware. This is an, of course, Russian-developed USB stick that can send 220 volts into a USB port and into the hardware of a computer. Look at it fry this laptop in a second. And in theory, this USB stick works for any device that is a computer and has a USB port, so you can fry a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox. So if you got a friend you really hate, stick this in his PS4 and really fuck him over. That being said, this thing does not fry hard drives, so it's not really the super spy gadget a lot of people think it is, but still really cool. And a little PSA, speaking of USB ports, the Xbox One PC wireless adapter is finally out, so now you can plug this thing into your PC. And if you're a crazy person like me and you've wanted to use your Xbox One wireless controller on your PC, even though that's basically sacrilegious to the PC master race, now you finally can. Let's get into something a little more sad, something that really pains my heart, my greasy, greasy heart to even talk about. Guillermo del Toro and the fate of Silent Hills. Speaking to the website Bloody Disgusting, Del Toro was talking about the game and how Silent Hills could have been, and I quote, remarkable. The best quote from this is when speaking about the cancellation from Konami, Del Toro said it, and I quote, makes no fucking sense. We were hoping to actually create some sort of panic with some of the devices we were talking about, and it's really a shame that it's not happening. When you ask about how things operate, that makes no fucking sense at all that this game is not happening. Makes no fucking sense at all. And Mr. Del Toro, I agree with you. It kills me. But he went on to talk about the devices and how they were going to use the story in the game, and some of the elements seemed to work right because he said he saw them pop up in The Last of Us. That being said, he said he wanted to take it further, and like I used in the quote, he used the word panic. He wanted to set people into a panic with what this story did. And it kills me. It kills me so much. I hate talking about Silent Hills. Ugh. Of course, Konami, those fucks, have actually responded to Del Toro's statement saying that Konami is still committed to developing Silent Hill titles. Hashtag fuck Konami, am I right? Let's keep that hashtag strong. Maybe you can tell by my shirt I am a big fan of Batman, and I'm really enjoying some of the skins that Rocksteady is updating to the Arkham Knight game. That being said, I really don't like a lot of the other story stuff that they're giving us, and I'm really glad I didn't get the season pass, but the skins are awesome, and the newest one they're adding in November is the Batman vs Superman Batman Batfleck costume. Not only that, but you also get his awesome Batmobile, and I am all about this because that is cool. That's it. I don't know. I just wanted to say that and show that because I love Batman. And extra, read all about it. EA has actually said something that kind of makes sense and I'm okay with. Speaking with IGN, EA's Peter Moore talked about HD remakes and why he doesn't really want to bother with them. He said very accurately, and I quote, "It feels like pushing stuff out because you run out of ideas." He also went on to talk about the business aspects of it, on how it's easy to do, you have existing IP, and you can make a quick buck from from it, but it's just something they don't want to do. He wants to push the company forward. And I guess it's kind of cool that they're not into that because we've just seen it so much and it's starting to get a little tired, and it seems like they're going to just lean on Xbox One's backwards compatibility. But Peter Moore, when you talk about your company just pushing forward to develop new ideas, I can't help but think that you're just sitting around trying to think of new ways to get money out of the player with microtransactions, or season passes, or online passes, or maybe you're just going to ruin Star Wars. So whether you guys like EA's philosophy on HD remakes or not, don't hold out for a Mass Effect Trilogy HD. And real quick before you guys go, I do want to talk about the community highlights videos we're doing now, and that's the way you can win free shit. We already did our first video, and the winner is Jack Trudeau. Congratulations! He won a game. Our next community highlights video that we're dropping this weekend, the winner is going to win an Xbox One or a PS4, so you guys should get in on that. Send us your clips, and that's how you could win free shit. And speaking of giving away free shit, I gave away 4 copies of Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain on my Twitter last week. You guys saw me talk about that in the Friday show last week, and the winners are... Congratulations, guys. Now check your Twitter DMs because you got Metal Gear Solid 5 waiting for you. But that's all the video game stuff we got to talk about this week. We got a lot of cool stuff, and I want to know, most importantly, what you guys think about everything down in the comments. How hype is that Fallout 4 live-action trailer? Do you want to see an extended cut? I think I definitely do. And let's just keep mourning Silent Hills. It's just so upsetting, and it's nice how candid Guillermo is. Do you think he was in the right by talking about how it makes no fucking sense? Because it sounds pretty likely to me. But as always, guys, if you want to talk about video games, you can follow me on Twitter or like me on Facebook. I'm over there all day talking about video games. And if this is your first time coming around here, clicking the like button is the best way you can help me out. It's like giving me a tip. And if you are new, subscribe, because we put out videos every single day. But as always, guys, I'm Jake Baldino. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Pizza's on me.